Good morning. It's Saturday, March 25th, 2023. I have a new deck. Well, new to this. Looks like this. It's called the Faeries Oracle. I've actually had it for a really long time. As you can see, it's not very used. But I'm called to get us a card from here today and see what the fairies have to say. Kind of freaky looking. Reminds me of Labyrinth. There's a sign on my door and it's hitting it. It's windy as hell out there. It sounds like someone banging on my house. Alright. So I'm going to shuffle one more time and then I'm going to take the split. No, I'm not. I'm going to take this one. What the hell? You know what? That is the one, though, because throughout this whole thing, I kept going, is that card backwards? It's not. It's a card. That's so crazy. Oh, it's a little bit different because it has that weird nose. Anyways, let's see what this is all about. The Topsy-Turvets. Does it have a number? Like, I don't really even know how to read this. 51, okay. The Topsy-Turvets. There's card number 51. Change of viewpoint, fresh looks, new way of seeing. When life is confusing, the Turvets may come to visit you. Nothing draws them like a bit of mental muddle. They don't cause our disarray. We are very good at doing that for ourselves and each other, but they are attracted to it. Confusion is an important stage of growth, and they delight in helping things grow. They live everywhere. Not only humans need their help and are exceedingly busy. Fortunately, they are quite prolific, so there are a lot of them. When the Topsy-Turvets show up, it indicates that someone needs to look again, to make an effort to see things from a different point of view. It suggests that confusion may exist because we are asking the wrong questions, or perhaps we have made some assumptions that are incorrect, and we have run into a brick wall built off those misconceptions. The Turvets ask us to back up, to question our assumptions, and try to see things from the viewpoint of the others involved in our muddle. They ask us to let go of our attachment to our own point of view, to stop saying ought and should, especially about other people. Most empathetically, they suggest that we start trying to see things as they really are instead as someone thinks they should be. This card is a warning that someone involved in the question or issue at hand is mentally upside down, or possibly sideways. Okay, well, let's see what else it says here. Starter reading. In a reading, the Turvet suggests that things need to be looked at from another angle. That's so weird, because you just see me turning it around and looking at it all different ways to see which way it actually went. That's funny. I guess that makes sense. We need to back off from our emotional entanglement and look anew. Much of the apparent confusion about the issue is caused by a faulty point of view. Get the opinions of honest others and then relook at your own. Defensiveness and denial may be causing much difficulty. Try imagine that you are looking at the situation from the point of view of each of the others involved. This is not an exercise in deciding how the other ought to see things, but in discovering how they really do. Words like he ought to see that are not useful at this time. If the Turvet's cards turns up at any point of view does not readily suggest itself, it may be useful to draw another card for further information, or you might choose to do another reading addressing the issue independently. Remember to pause to listen for hints from the Turvets themselves. They are experts in the field. I believe no fairy is completely good or bad. Fluidly embodies both extremes. Brian. Whoever the hell Brian is. Oh, the guy that wrote it. Brian Froud. F-R-O-U-D. Froud. Reverse. This card is always reversed, even when it's turned sideways in a layout. Only worse, the Turvets say glumly. So that's good to know and very interesting, because I'm actually in a state of confusion, so maybe this means something to you also. I really like this deck and we will be using it again.